Mom, you have to tell people to like and subscribe.
What do you do if an interview takes forever? Um, you need to be scheduling out your breaks. So it is unreasonable to go past about 2 hours of interview time for sure. It is probably unreasonable to go past an hour and a half. And something around the 1 hour mark, most people can live with without a break. But some people need it either because the interview is intense, or they have a back problem and they need to stand up, or you're in a dry climate and they need a drink. But 2 hours is an absolute outward max for expecting somebody to be in an interview without a break. If you think that your interview with a person is likely to go long because there's just so much to cover, or because you've heard that person is verbose, you might walk into the interview and say something like, "Hey, I've done this for a lot of years. If you'll let me drive this interview, we are going to get out of here so much quicker. And I promise to let you talk at the end if there's something I haven't covered." I've also had some people that intentionally or unintentionally insisted on going off the scope of the investigation in their responses. So sometimes it's simply because they don't know what you're trying to get at. What you don't, they don't know what the wrongdoing is. But other times they either are challenging your investigative focus, or they just can't acknowledge their participation in what you're asking, and so they want to talk about something else. Um, and that can get really hard. And a good thing to do in that situation is to push back from the table, hands off the keyboard, hands off your pen. And the body language of that indicates what you're telling me right now is not worth me writing down. Um, you're not saying it with words, you're not interrupting them, but you are giving body language. And I don't actually raise my hands, I just, off my pen. But you're telling people with your body language that I'm not interested in recording what you're giving me right now. You may also say something like, "I don't understand how that relates to the question I asked you, which was whatever the question was." Some of those techniques can really help people redirect or refocus, or sort of take a deep breath and say, "Okay, I'm nervous and I'm babbling." And those are a couple of the techniques I have to get people to sort of narrow back down to the investigative focus that I have for my investigation.
Mom, you have to tell people to like and subscribe.